everything's alright.
From the combination heights, quest the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the groove surround us, everything's alright. SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Heavy bass drops with tight beats.
Illuminate the shadows, the echo of our call.
On this road we will never fall.
Feel the energy rising, can you sense the spark? As we dive deeper into the cosmic arc.
Stories of the universe, mysteries unfold. In the heart of SNX, where the truth is gold. Every note we play, every line we write, crafting our legacy, shining ever bright. SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots. Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spot. Here in the spotlight, we're taking our turn. With the fire in our hearts, let the passion burn. SNX Radio's call, ringing through the air. Together we rise, together we dare.
So join us now, let the rhythm flow. With SNX Radio, we're ready to go. Unraveling the mystery side by side, we stand hand in hand. In this dance of truth, let the story expand. Of our galaxy. Of our galaxy. And with the horizons, our spirits ignite, chasing the dreams that fill the night. Stars are our compass, and time is our friend. Together we'll journey where stories transcend. Mystery
destinies are told. Aliens calling from faraway lands. Cryptids and Sasquatch, just take a chance. Illuminate the skies and break down the walls. Secrets unwrapped, hear the ancient calls. Together we rise, we won't be alone. Exploring the unknown, it's time to be shown. In every heartbeat there's a story untold. In the stillness, the mysteries unfold. Off-world entities drifting through time. Paranormal whispers so hauntingly sublime. In the silence of night, there's magic to find. Embrace the enigma, let go of your mind. Eyes in the woods, they dance in the mist. Cryptids and legends, a chance we can't miss. Conversations with experts unravel the threads, connecting the tales of the living and dead. From the depths of the ocean to the stars on high, the stories we chase will never die. Every encounter creates and remakes the fabric of life, intertwined with mistakes. Mysteries, dances in the dark. UFOs shining, igniting the spark. Aliens calling from faraway lands. Cryptids and Sasquatch, just take a chance. Embrace the unknown, let curiosity lead. The truth lies within and it sets us free.
Ooh yeah, where the stars and secrets glow. Subnation X radios glow. In the night we'll ride the show into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown, shown. Dance to the beat we own, own. Yeah. Come with us and let it go, go. Night sky whispers in the dark. Secret trails will leave a mark. Follow close, ignite that spark. We're on a ride, it's just the start. Into the unknown, unknown, where mysteries are shown, shown. Dance to the beat we own, own. Come with us and let it go, go. Feel the mysteries come to light. Hold on tight, it's out of sight. Into the unknown, where mysteries are shown. To the feet we own. Come with us and let it go. starlit sky. ET whispers, look up, don't be shy. Paranormal tales woven into fate as Coley invites us to contemplate. When shadows align, experiences unfold one of a kind. Off-world encounters, truths they must find. Open your heart, release your mind. Take the leap, step into the light. With SNX Radio we will ignite a symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journey deep where the unknown flows. Secrets kept from our human plight. Coley's conversations stir the thread, an awakening call for the living and the dead. Take the leap, step into the night. With SNX Radio we will ignite a symphony of strange where the bass drops low. Journey deep where the unknown flows. As the echoes fade and the night draws near, the truths we seek become crystal clear. With SNX Radio, keep your mind open wide, for in this journey we all confide.
Flashbacks on the track, watch the past unfold. Got a story to tell, a courage untold. Rise up from memories, watch us take control. Echoes of yesterday, feed our fight. From shadows to light, we'll take flight. In this race, embrace our might. Hold our dreams, got the future in sight. Rise up high, let courage unbind. Erase the past, keep future in mind. Every step forward, no looking behind. We own this moment, leave fear confined.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to SNX Radio on a Saturday. We are here at 3 p.m. How you doing, Rodney?
Doing great, enjoying it. Thank you.
Yes, we had beautiful weather here in Iowa. It's like a first sign of summer coming, but yeah, this is really great. We got a very, very special guest today, and it's her birthday too, by the way, so don't let her off the hook on that. Going through, Polly, and I definitely, there's not enough good things that I can say about Polly. I've had the opportunity to work side by side with her for a number of years, and so this is just absolutely great. Polly Rottermann, she was born in 1976 in South America in Bogota, Colombia, and is the eldest of 4 sisters. She studied in a French school in Bogota, where she learned both French and English. She's knows more languages than I couldn't even do it. When she was 7 years old, Polly experienced what she describes as a download after seeing a picture of ET crafted in a book. The day she researched on ET phenomenon started, she felt lonely in the city and the family where no one talked about non-human intelligence. I think a lot of us experiencers can really relate to that. In the last years, Polly's been having a very recurrent experience during her sleep where she's taking inside a craft to be a part of what looks like a hybrid program. I've seen some of the pictures that she has. It's just unbelievable what she'll describe and talk about it. It's just unbelievable. So after graduating from school, Polly started her BA in journalism and social communication. At the age of 21, she left Colombia and went to live in Israel in 1999. Her sighting started about 3 years ago together with her son. I definitely can relate to that. Yeah, Polly shares ET content in many pages around the world, and in the last year, she's become a member of UFO Man podcast team on YouTube. So go check her out. She's well worth the watch and the view. I mean, she's always there cheering us on, and I feel like we definitely need to be doing the same with her. Her main Facebook pages are Bob Lazar and Beyond. That one in particular, we were trying to figure out what team was running this, and here was Polly. It was Polly, and I said, "Girl, I don't know how you do it. You're like a machine when it comes to, I go to click on it. So she's already hit it. She's already there." UFO, UAP Disclosure Australia, NHI Realities, Ascension and Beyond, SNX Radio Group. Yeah, girl. Her YouTube channel, we've also put in there. We're also streaming on her channel and on Rodney's channel for his group. He's on the Star. If you guys haven't joined yet, it's the acronym, T, A, R, right, Rodney? Did I get that right?
Yes, it does make it easier to find. I noticed when I tried leaving that out, it brings it right up first for everybody. It should.
Yeah, it started to really work well. So that's absolutely awesome. And then we just want to definitely our chat. Oh gosh, this is great. I just wanted to say hello. If I get this wrong, this is probably weird that I'm taking my glasses off to see this, but we got Priscilla. I wanted to say hello. Scott Rosin, he's a part of the original team too. Hello.
Scott.
Yeah, Scott's great. Scott, especially he's had a couple drinks. He really is funny then. Kurt, we really appreciate you coming in and all the help you've been doing. Michael Anthony, yeah. Joe Fox, thank you for being here. I really try. Laura Prudent, she's great too. She's got some awesome videos and stuff to share. So I love that. Christ is King, I thank you. I hope that you guys have sound. Everybody have sound now. And Gustavao UFO. If I slaughtered that, I do apologize. But without further ado, and if I missed you, I will find you in the back here in the process. But I'd like to bring aboard our lovely Polly, looking as beautiful as a birthday girl as ever. Welcome to yes, absolutely. I know that it's just I just want to reach out and give you hugs. It's thank you for coming on. I know that I don't know when you sleep, but it's definitely Yeah.
That's so
So
much. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm so happy to see you again. I missed you so much,
oh,
Coley.
I,
And
I know.
Rodney, finally, I can see you. God,
Yeah, we're
see you all
streaming
the
live to
time, but
support.
finally we can talk.
We're streaming live to the support group too, and they're going to be amazed at how similar your experience is with theirs. Some of the women.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a lot of people, Polly, you've done so much good, like for everybody in the chats, and you stayed behind the scenes for a long time, like really watching, and seeing you emerge is just, I just like cheering you on. So you're doing a fabulous job at representing us, and you're you're so much like, I mean, we took that like, hey, we're team players, we're gonna see, and not a lot of people, I will say, that have really abided by that, but you're one of them. You really are. The support that you have shown is just, you've done the work of 10 of us for real. So without further ado, I know everybody in the chat. I mean, by all means, give your own introduction. What I just did is definitely not even scratching the surface. But now we get to have Polly in the hot seat. It's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah, I try to be, it's been a process. It's been a process where I've been a lot behind the scenes, as you said, just because it's, it takes time to understand the whole phenomenon and the issue and yourself, and especially yourself and your experience. And if you want to share it, and why do you want to share it? And you need to be brave for it, because the stigma is still too big. So I was working a lot behind the scenes, and then I met you. So it was like a beautiful process where I would come also to the front and start sharing my story, being more secure and like feeling more aware of myself and more I guess I feel whole with myself. People can hear our stories and believe it or not, but we know what we have seen, we know what we have felt, we know what we have seen, and so it's our experience, we share it, and that's the way we can know other experiencers. I didn't know I had the same mark in my leg as Terry Lovelace's, for example. And we don't know each other, we don't live in the same country, but when we share our experiences, that's the beauty of this. We don't have another way to compare what is going on with us. So this is super important. What we are doing is beautiful.
Yes. And while we owe a lot of that to you, Polly, we really do. I tell you, to see you come out and to hear you tell your story and take this on was like, I was just cheering you on. I was like, I'm so proud of her. I really am. Because Rodney, I know, say that I'm very proud, because this is not an easy place to be in. And as many people think, hey, no, this is not an easy place to be in. You get a lot of backlash, not only from the people there's not even a day that I can go and pull up YouTube or Facebook or anything, but also my own community. Let me tell you, some of the scoundrels that we have here that take our experience and then they make it something else. So to be among our own, like I always say, I definitely know one of my own, and it's just like that experience or connection that we have is unbreakable. It's like a connection, I can't even say with family that I have that kind of connection. So it's just, what you're doing is absolutely beautiful. So I'd love for you to, you know, to tell your story and to get that out there. And I see you going big places, girl, and I'm happy for you. I really am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think the support that we give to each other is just so critical and amazing. You know, we need this so much. We are not alone. We are all a community, and we need to hold hands and support each other. You know, whatever happened, we don't judge. We shouldn't judge. We should just support and be empaths. So, because we are disclosure, you know, this won't come from the government, and we know it. So we are disclosure. I hope someday we will get to have a beautiful hearing with experiencers. So we will share with the whole world, the whole thing, you know.
Oh, that just gives me goosebumps.
I think that's...
That really does. It's coming. It's coming, and there's not a doubt in my mind on what everybody's doing here and now is not going to be. We're writing history right now. I mean, this is like a territory that nobody has been down, a road that nobody's been down before. So we're going there, and you guys. I applaud both of you. It takes a lot of courage. I tell you, a lot of people have thought, hey, they wanted to do this, and then they're like, you know, you have a lot of intrusions. Your life's not really, you know, your own. A lot of strange occurrences, I'm sure, like in our world. Over there.
You know, I think it's very related to, because the first experience, the first time this happens, and you don't understand what really happened, like what happened to me when I was 7. Maybe I will start sharing my experience, because, you know, I am the oldest of 4 girls. I have 3 sisters, but I am the only one talking and feeling strange things since I am a kid. My sisters did not talk about strange stuff, but I was always feeling like things touching my legs, and and I was a little child, but I could not understand what was going on or explain it. What could I say to my parents? Something is touching my legs, and so what? You know? So, but, you know, I was born in Bogota, Colombia, and we had this beautiful house with 3 floors. My parents, my father was a pediatrician, and my mother is a nurse. And we had this beautiful library in the 3rd floor. Now, for some reason, I remember I used to come from school and pick one of those books from the library. I knew it was medicine because it was my parents' books. And I loved medicine. I don't know why, but I really loved to see all the, you know, all the things on the skin and the lungs and the heart from the inside out. From my point of view, it's amazing. Our body is just an amazing thing, you know, an amazing machine. So I could not really understand what was written because it was medical language, but I used to learn somehow what you know about medicine somehow. There was this day that I picked one of the books, and when I opened it, I think the best way I can describe this is like everything stopped. The time around me stopped. So I remember I opened the book and there was a craft, a triangle craft drawn in the page of the book. And in the moment I saw this craft for the first time, because I never saw something like this before, but the moment I saw this craft, it's like everything stopped around me. And the best way I can describe this is like I started having kind of a download in my head. Inside my head, I was seeing, like in the Matrix movie, green numbers running like a computer inside my head. And I could not hear nothing around me. You know, my grandma was in the first floor. I could not hear her, not the birds, no nothing. It's like time stopped. And I was having these green numbers running in my head with this pitchy sound in my ear, like a radio, TV sound, very high, pitchy sound. And I was in shock. I was paralyzed. These numbers were translated inside my head as images. And so those images showed me kind of the craft that I saw in the book inside, like outside planet Earth. Hovering outside planet Earth. And I guess that's the first moment I got kind of a telepathic communication given to this little kid. You know, you are not alone. This is not your technology. This is a plane. This is a different plane. We are outside planet Earth. But we can, you know, we are with you. We can come, we can visit. We are here with you. For me, it was like seconds. This took seconds. But I don't really know how much time I lost there. After I got this message, everything came back to kind of reality. I started hearing all the sounds in my house and the birds and my grandma, and, you know, everything disappeared. And I took the book and I was like, what the hell? You know, I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. I remember I just went to have a seat. I closed the book and I said, okay, either I'm crazy or this is a child imagination, and, you know, or I will hear maybe my parents talking about this kind of plane, or maybe my little friends at school, but nothing. So I kind of grew up with this experience where I didn't know what happened to me. But from that point on, that was like my awakening moment. Because from that point on, I knew that we were not alone in this universe, that there are other kind of planes talking like in a childish language, you know, kind of language. And I started wondering, what is this? You know, so we are talking about the 80s. People in Colombia, people were not talking about this. I was not seeing no plane with a triangle shape in the airport, you know. So something, I don't know, something happened to me, or I'm crazy. So here is I guess the breaking point also, where you start wondering, what happened to me and to my family not? Why aren't they talking about this kind of stuff? You know, should I ask or not? It's scary, and I felt lonely. But at some point, this series started coming from the States. The Final Battle and Star Trek. And so I said, my God, like, there is a notion of extraterrestrial people in this world. You need to understand that Colombia is a very simple country. It's a third, place. It's a third country. So when you see these kind of things, for me, it was so logical. I suddenly understood that people around the world know about it. I remember once I was seeing The Final Battle with my mom. And, there was this episode where this guy was taking the skin from his face, the reptilian guy, And I said to my mother, Mom, that's them, they are here. The aliens exist and they come to this planet. And my mom told me, like, come on, this is Hollywood, like, no. And I was like, yes, I don't know how to explain it, but they are here. And so I understood I could not really talk to no one about this because there was not an understanding about, this was just Hollywood.
And you were 7 then?
I was 7 years old. Yes. And so the more I grew up, the more I started to wonder and research. We didn't have internet at that time. Not internet, no cell phones, no nothing. So actually what I could find, through books and magazines or whatever information I could find. When internet finally came to this world and I came to live in Israel, I heard for the first time Bob Lazar talking.
Oh, was that the AOL dial-up? Exactly. The web TV?
Yeah. So, suddenly comes this guy. Now, I don't want to say, people believe him, people don't believe him, whatever. My main page is Bob Lazar and beyond. I believe him. I believe, whatever we are talking about right now in the hearings and reverse technology, this is what Bob has been saying for years, but whatever. In that time, suddenly comes a guy that is talking about Area 51, reverse technology, a craft that he was working with. And I said, like, what the hell? And this is in the government? No way. So this is bigger than I thought it was. Huge. Is it huge? We're living a lie. And suddenly I start to understand what is going on here. So I found MUFON. And I am, I am also in the directives of MUFON Israel. And so it's a process, from nothing, from 7 years old and not understanding what was going on. Now I'm understanding that this comes from the government. Now the process came actually with myself, because after I came to Israel, these dreams started happening. What I thought in the beginning was a dream. Because it usually happens when I go to sleep. Yes. The feeling is more like I'm transported into the I guess the best way I can describe it is if you imagine Australia, these red sand deserts in Australia, kind of a Martian soil, very rocky mountains, very red sand. So I'm conscious about the fact that I am sleeping, but in the other hand, suddenly I appear here. And I don't understand how the hell I got to this place. There is nothing there but rocky mountains, red sand. And so I start walking, trying to understand what am I doing here and what do I need to do, you know? Suddenly in the distance, I see a figure, and I think this is a human being that comes from really far away. The more this figure approaches, I'm kind of, you know, I'm very anguished. I don't know. I feel confused, and suddenly this figure. So I say, okay, finally, I probably can ask, what the hell am I doing here? You know, what is this place? But when this person comes to me, a meter from me, I see this is just a little boy, about 6 years old boy. He looks very human, you know, the hair, the ears, the hands, everything. But the eyes are huge, almond eyes, kind of the gray eyes. So shocking.
How old?
What?
How old was the child that you encountered?
The child is about 5-6 years old, not more than that.
Wow. I encountered a
5,
child
6
too, and
years
it
old.
just like connects, you know, as a mother. It's just like, you know, I'm sure
Yes,
it was very emotional.
it's like that's exactly the feeling. It's like the motherhood instinct just immediately was awakened, and I felt like a sense of responsibility for this child and a kind of love that I could not understand. So, without saying a word, I just wanted to take care of him, go to a safe place, try to find a shelter. And this child just raises his hand, he takes my hand, and we start walking. And we walk and we walk, and you know, I think I'm the one taking him somewhere. But he is the one guiding me to a certain place where, from the middle of nowhere, we suddenly see a tent, like a biblical tent. Nothing, a tent, simple tent for 10 people. And I don't understand. I said, like, you know, probably his family is there, which is great. Maybe they have water, you know, we have now a shelter, so everything is gonna be great. This child opens the tent, and the moment I go inside, everything changes. This is not a tent, this is a craft.
Oh.
The dimensions inside changed completely. This is a round, huge craft with very light very bright light. I don't see switches or cables, like electricity coming from, but you need to understand that I'm in the middle of a desert, inside something that looks like a tent, and suddenly I have electricity inside a craft in the middle of the desert. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
So it's cloaked right there. Wow.
Exactly.
It sounds like a Star Trek holodeck type thing where you're inside a big ship and they project an image you're somewhere else. And
yes, maybe. Yeah. So the first, I'm trying to understand what's going on. In my left side, there is a Lego structure, like a cube Lego structure. And there is an entity sitting there. It looks like a hologram. This entity tells me, we are glad you are here because you are the only one that can help us and save us right now. So, and I said, like, what? And at that moment, the little child that picked me up in the desert took my hand again. And with his other hand, he raises his hand and shows me the whole place again. Now, when I see this place again, there is a praying mantis standing in the middle of the room. Around her, there are beds, like medical beds. It's like an ER room. In each one of these beds, there is a woman in having birth. I can see about 50 women having birth in different stages of pregnancy. Some babies were already outside. There was a lot of confusion and crying and kind of pain. They are in labor, Yeah. But in that moment, the praying mantis just kind of, she looked at me, and without saying a word through her eyes, I could understand, like, she was the boss in the situation. She kind of told me, now it's your turn, do your job. And so I don't know how to explain this, but all the readings that I did during my childhood about medicine came as a fact in that moment, because I knew I had in my power the knowledge of helping these babies and these women in whatever situation was going on here. So I started running and grabbing in my hands whatever I could, just to start checking the women and the babies. What I can say is that all the babies, all of them, had these huge almond eyes, like these black almond gray eyes. Next to the beds, there were like little grays. I think I can kind of relate them to maybe Skinny Bob.
Oh yeah, I heard you write that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember I checked all of them, all the babies, all the women, and after I finished, everything stops again. I come back to my body. where I am sleeping, I suddenly wake up and I am just totally like, someone took me from the shower right now. My hair, my clothes, everything is wet. Like someone took me from the shower right now. I'm anguished and, I don't know if I could do my job, what the hell happened, how the hell the mantis, everything together is too much. But in one of those times when I woke up, I remember I made a coffee. I was trying to calm myself and trying to understand what happened this time. If I maybe can catch something new about the information that happens in those, I don't know if it's time traveling or whatever is going on. And suddenly I saw this mark on my leg. It was so strange because I knew, I started checking my body to see if there is, maybe it's an allergy and I have another signs on my skin or something. Nothing at all, no respiratory problems. This thing looked like a cat paw. So try to find, or maybe I can put it in my YouTube channel. I will try. But Terry Lovelace's
I love
mark.
Terry. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got exactly the same mark. It looks like a cat or a dog paw. It's so special. So
I remember him
unique,
talking about that. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I will send you the picture.
Crazy.
I will try to find it right now and send it to you.
Terry's great.
Yes. And so these things, then you can ask yourself, why the same mark? Or why does it look the same? Or how is this related? So I guess after the mark and this dream that I don't think it's a dream. I think it's more like a message for me. Where still I'm trying to understand what the message is. But I know everything is related to everything, and everything for me has been a process because my boy, he's 10 years old now, and of course he hears me talking about the phenomenon and my own experience, and he knows you, Coley, and he asks about you, and how is Coley doing, and yeah. But actually in his birthday, I think it was 3 years ago, we had our first sighting together. And I saw the craft. I asked him, do you see it? And he said, yes, Mom, that's them. I can see it too, And it was a beautiful craft. It was a golden, beautiful craft. You can see it in my YouTube channel. All my sightings are there. And since then, we see these crafts from time to time. And my boy is aware of it. And it's beautiful because I think our new generations, especially, because they hear our stories, so they have this awareness. They will be the next voices in our community in the future. So that's beautiful. And that's more.
It's great when you can share experiences with loved ones and friends, and started out going out doing a lot of hunting myself, and the more I started going out with other people and they'd see things with me, I felt less less often I was going out and looking for these things because I realized they're always there.
It's great to share that. It really
Exactly.
is. Yeah. I love it. My son will.
Yeah.
he watches, and then he knows everybody too, and it's like it's great to have that because it just strengthens that bond, between mother and child, especially father-child. Like, I mean, Brody, he saw one 2 weeks before I did on the same road, and it's just like, that's something that is just, like I said, that bond between experiencers is like no other. So that's amazing. There's somebody they asked a question that what changed from the moment that you left the ship until you arrived home, and are you aware of what happened during that time? Like, I also wanted to ask too, were the women that were giving birth, were they human or were they like ET?
Yes.
Or combination?
No, they were human, all of them. They were human, all of them. But the babies looked hybrid. That's why I think somehow, I don't know why I was taken there, but those babies looked different for sure. Those eyes were not ours.
You can always tell by the
eyes. Sorry, what was the question?
They wanted to know from the moment that you left the ship or came, I guess, out of there, what, like, after you arrived home, or you remember what happened during that time, or you said, like, I mean, time is not the same. It's so hard to explain, but time, it's like, and you're on their time and in their space. The moment you cross that threshold.
Yes, it's and there I am. It's exactly the feeling as when I go to sleep and suddenly I appear like in the Martian soil. And I don't know how it happened. When I come back, it's exactly the same. I just wake up. I'm just like brought back after I did my job, and I just wake up totally feeling like, something just happened. And it takes weeks for me to calm down and understand. I'm trying always to find out if I can see something else, catch something else. Now I remember that this craft had 2 floors. And the second floor, it was so weird because it had like black windows, but it was like black smoked windows. Kind of someone is standing behind those windows and watching what is going on in the ER room. See, when you are in the hospital, in the ER, and you have all the doctors up there watching the operation down there through the windows, kind of exactly like that, but smoked windows.
So you couldn't see who was behind actually watching.
Yeah.
Why do you think they showed it to you?
Great question. I think for some reason they can, I have a really special connection with kids, with children. Not only with my boy, but children in general. It's like I have these, I can go to their soul level and not judging them, but trying to understand their little world somehow. I think they could somehow understand the way I feel with children. It's different. It's so deep, you know.
Yes.
And that's why I was brought into babies, like the connection with the babies. I knew I was going to do everything to save those babies, you know. So
Yeah, and you had a background. So after the babies, did they take them away from their mothers, or were they with the mothers? Or I also too experienced a child, and it was much like anything. I couldn't get the child out of my mind, you know, and I could see how that motherly part of you just had to have been. I can just almost see it in my head how you would, you know, play out. But so would you just going around and you're checking these babies, making sure that they're okay, and with the mother, and at that point, do they seem to realize what's going on or have an awareness that you could tell?
no, it's like I feel they feel exactly as me, as like something is going on, but they are not completely aware of what exactly is going on. It's like they are in a kind of hypnotic situation, those women, you know. And my task was specifically checking those women, but checking very much those babies, you know, that they are alive, they are breathing, that everything is okay. What
You
happened
didn't feel like
later?
that baby was possibly yours? I've heard other women like draw a connection like that close to the child that they've shown sometimes.
The first one, the one that I saw in the desert, yes,
Yeah.
it was like he also looked very much like me, you know, he looks very much like my boy physically. So it was like, you know, what the hell?
Hmm.
Yes, yes, the feeling was very strong, very, very strong. You
And
know,
then we have a question from Donut. Did you see the hybrids interact between one another at all? I've
no,
not. That's a good question, but I've only seen like the children, and I don't think they brought the children here yet. I don't think. Do you? I mean, in your experience, I felt like when I experienced them with the tall grays, I was like, I don't think they brought the children. They've introduced the
I
children yet.
don't, well, hmm, great question. I do believe there are hybrids here,
Hmm.
and that they are working um, in order to somehow disclose all these things too, but not all of them. I
Right.
believe there are some hybrids that stay there for some reason. You know, um, it's a complicated. It's so complicated. The whole situation.
Yeah, they
Um,
would need to look human enough to probably blend in here.
yes. And the question is, you know, um, what are they like? Why and what for are they using the hybrids? Because
Yeah.
you know, maybe we have hybrids here that know their task, but those that are not here, what are they doing, and why aren't they brought here too? You know, there are
Yeah.
so much that we still don't know. This is, we don't know nothing. You know, we try to understand through our experiences, but what do we know really? Nothing.
The one way they could introduce a hybrid possibly is through like a foster home. You know, I was explained this kid, this person has no family. I don't know how else they get introduce a hybrid child unless they have a mother on Earth to actually carry one.
I always wondered the same thing. It is complicated because I like Polly, I got stuck on this child, and then I legitimately offered him a place to come, and I thought about it when I woke up the next day. I thought, oh my God, now how do I explain this to Brody if he shows up? Because my big mouth is, running like, oh, we'll hide you, come and play. Because it's like I felt like we were missing that maternal, love and hug and that part of it. But I don't know. Thank God he not.
It's not simple, and it's also the question about the use of human bodies for what purposes, and how much can we decide or not if this is okay or not, the ethical question about everything, and still how important is this for humanity. I had the opportunity to interview Lou Elizondo like 2 weeks ago.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I actually asked him about the hybrids because they talked about this in the last hearing. They were asked about the hybrids and their existence. And Elizondo just said, like, well, we do it. We do it here. We do it, we do medical stuff too, and we play with our genes, and we do it too. So why wouldn't they? And it's true. The question is how, and how traumatic this can be for people, and how much can we continue with all the government lies? So yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Are you still visiting the ship? Do you still get taken up there?
Yes, this usually happens actually during my ovulation period. And which is, you see, again, also related to, if we're talking about hybridization program, my ovules, my boy actually was born by IVF. I could not get pregnant naturally, and so I kind of lost my pregnancies for 2 years and a half. And so again, like, you have confirmations and confirmations and because there are things that you just cannot explain. It just happens. And my boy, even though, he hears me talking about this stuff and everything, but sometimes, since he was a little child, even before school, and even before he could understand this issue, he was already drawing crafts. And he was from the kindergarten. He was bringing me the drawings. Look, the craft I draw today. And without knowing, he didn't know. He was too small to know about aliens, when he was 3 years old. But he was drawing the crafts. So I don't know how to explain it, but here we are. Everything is related.
So true. That is so true. And we are at the top of the hour, so I don't even want to interrupt. I want to carry this conversation. There's lots of questions for you, Polly. We just have to take, for the radio side, we just have to take a little 5-minute break here at the top of the hour. I know I'm a little bit behind, but if that's okay with you.
Awesome.
Remember, keep the questions coming. It's so great to see. We got Paranormal Beyond Disclosure. Hi, Todd, Donut, Michael Kennedy, some of the Midnight Night Watchers. It's like the family's all here today, so that's great. But yeah, we're just gonna take a brief 5-minute break, and then we'll be back. And then, like I said, put all your questions in caps for Polly, and I'm trying to star them as we go. So, but there's a lot of good questions in here for you. So
Great.
you will be back shortly. Oh, the beautiful birthday girl. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Unraveling the mystery, secrets in the night. We travel through the cosmos, ready for the flight. Together we'll shine, casting shadows aside, in the heart of the rhythm where our dreams collide.
Join the Subnation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves around us, everything's alright.
From the Subnation X quest, the truth is our guide. In the vast expanse, it's where we reside. Hands up to the sky, let the bass ignite. Feel the grooves around us, everything's alright. SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spots. Heavy bass drops with tight beats.
Illuminate the shadows, the echo of our call.
On this road we will never fall.
Feel the energy rising, can you sense the spark? As we dive deeper into the cosmic arc.
Stories of the universe, mysteries unfold. In the heart of SNX, where the truth is gold. Every note we play, every line we write, crafting our legacy, shining ever bright.
SNX Radio, let the truth ignite. Together we'll shine, bringing shadows to light. In this cosmic dance, we're connecting the dots.
Tune into the frequency, let's explore the spot. Here in the spotlight, we're taking our turn. With the fire in our hearts, let the passion burn. SNX Radio's call, ringing through the air. Together we rise, together we dare.
So join us now, let the rhythm flow. With SNX Radio, we're ready to go. Unraveling the mystery side by side, we stand hand in hand. In this dance of truth, let the story expand. We drift and we roam, finding our place in the vastness we call home. With courage and wonder, we reach for the light, guided by visions that illuminate the night. Mystery cloaked in the vast unknown, truth and discovery seeds we sow. Started in wonder, we seek the key to unlock the secrets of our galaxy. And we survive as our spirits ignite, chasing the dreams that fill the night. The stars are our compass, and time is our friend. Together we'll journey where stories transcend. our story unfolds in the universe. Our destinies are told.
Aliens calling from faraway lands. Cryptids and Sasquatch, just take a chance. Illuminate the skies and break down the walls. Secrets unwrapped through the ancient calls. Together we rise, we won't be alone. Exploring the unknown, it's time to be shown. In every heartbeat there's a story untold. In the stillness, the mysteries unfold. Off-world entities drifting through time. Paranormal whispers so hauntingly sublime. In the silence of night, there's magic to find. Embrace the enigma, let go of your mind. Eyes in the woods, they dance in the mist. Cryptids and legends, a chance we can't miss. Conversations with experts unravel the threads, connecting the tales of the living and dead. From the depths of the ocean to the stars high, the stories we chase will never die. Every encounter creates and remakes the fabric of life, intertwined with mistakes. Mysteries, dances in the dark. UFOs shining, igniting the spark. Aliens calling from faraway lands. Cryptids and Sasquatch, just take a chance. Embrace the unknown, let curiosity lead. The truth lies within and it sets us free.
Hello and welcome back to SNX Radio. Rodney and I here on a Saturday afternoon with our lovely guest, Polly. We've been talking, quick recap of what we've been talking about. Polly experienced hybrids, women giving birth, like basically going into a tent that was cloaked in a ship and had all these experiences and kind of putting them all together since the age of 7, which is pretty impressive and a big task to take on. So let's bring our special lovely birthday girl back on stage here.
Welcome back.
Still in the fourth floor. Still in the fourth floor. I thought that I was going to turn 50, but I'm not. Still in the fourth floor, 49, everything is okay.
Oh, you are so comforting. And it's just like you've got that beautiful motherly instinct that I love it. Anytime like you talk around children with Polly, she's always asks like how my son's doing or how you can just see her face light up. I mean, I even before I asked that question, I definitely understood like why they would introduce that to you and why they chose you for that. But yeah, let's go through some of the comments here. I mean, I starred a lot of them. We even have Area 50 June in here. Like all the Magneticus. I always will slaughter that, but yeah. Let me see here on my starred list, since I am so question from. Let me pull it up here. The hybrid children, do they speak or only mind connection?
Well, the babies were just babies. But this little child that found me in the desert, everything was telepathically, you know. He was not talking at all, but his mind was telling me what to do. You know, we're going this way, we're turning that way, or just, you know, everything is okay. But no words at all. Everything was telepathically. Yeah.
So when you get telepathic, like a lot of times I explain to people, it's not just words. Like a lot of times they project pictures, or they've taken me and like shown me things. It's not just, but I have at times heard like things and it echo, like it was just like an amphitheater. So it's, you know, so I guess the babies
or kind of a feeling. You know, yes. It's so hard to explain, because it's like you're getting this feeling of doing something, or like you're getting this feeling inside your body somehow of whatever they are transmitting to you. You know, it's so complicated.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't feel like words in your mind. It's more like something in inside, like in your chest. You know, it's like a feeling.
Oh yeah, I agree. Scott had a great question too. Do you think that they have the technology to hide the ship in the tent, then they can camouflage the hybrid's physical attributes?
Yes, completely. It's not only the fact that they could camouflage the craft as a tent, but the fact that, you know, when you see something so small as a tent for 10 people, and then you go inside and the whole dimensions change, because the room where I was in was so big that I could not even see the end of the room. And we are talking about the whole craft, you know, 2 floors and the lights and everything. So the technology that they are using is, you know, it's just unbelievable.
Yes. You have memories. You have the memories too. Have you run into other women that have had similar experiences to what you're talking about?
No. I heard once there was I just don't know who he is, but I heard, I think he's a MUFON investigator that had the same experience with a book, that he opened a book and he saw a craft and he had the same experience with the numbers. I just wish I could remember where I saw that interview and who that guy was, because that was the first person I heard with a download with those characteristics, you know.
No, Scott mentioned before about Aggie Nost. He said that about the numbers, and I asked him if he could explain more, like, because he was asking you something about the numbers, so that makes sense. Could you go into that, because I think I missed that part.
Well, when I saw the craft when I was 7 years old in the book, I think the way they could, I think that was their way to communicate the message, showing me a picture that was also related to them, even though I could not understand what was that picture because I didn't see a craft before in my life, you know. But those numbers were, if you see a computer running numbers, green numbers, that's what I was seeing. Green numbers running and running and running and running in my head. And in the same time translating into images. So it was like a compute, like they turned on a chip in my head. You know, I don't know if this is related or not, but in 2006, after suffering for like, I think it was 4 years of headache, a pretty bad headache, 24 hours, 7 headache. Someday I just got to the ER and the doctors did an MRI. And the doctor said, wait outside, we need to talk. And he explained to me that I had 2 cysts inside my head. One of them, if you see my shaved head here, this is because my head was opened in order to get to the cyst that I have here. But the other one was in my pituitary gland, which is exactly, you know, between both of your eyes, behind your, how do you call this in English?
Are you talking about the prefrontal cortex?
No, the pituitary gland, you know. So it's just here between your eyes. In order to get to the, so in order to get to the pituitary gland, you need to go through your nose. So it turns out that I had this cyst in the pituitary gland that they needed to operate immediately through the nose. And when they operated this in my brain, the cyst exploded. So all the liquids from my brain were flowing through my nose. And after all the healing and everything, the doctor came and told me that they found in my pituitary gland inside the cyst a little cube. So now I think it was an implant. They found this little cube inside my brain in the pituitary gland that is also responsible for the ovulation period and reproduction in a woman. And they told me that when they tried to extract that little cube from the cyst during the operation, the cube exploded. So they don't have it.
Wow. So
And
so you had what they called a cyst or something in your pituitary gland, correct? Yes. I have something near the brainstem. It looks just like a kidney bean. They've put it in front of a team of surgeons at Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins, and neither one of them ever, nothing's ever been done with it. They don't know what it is. I've always been very, very curious about that. But it showed
Well,
up on
my
MRI.
doctors, my neurosurgeon told me, like, listen, the cyst that you have in your left side of your brain is so big as a tennis ball. We don't know exactly how the hell you are functioning with no issues in your life, because you're a total normal person, but you have a tennis ball in your head that is not related to nothing. But in the other hand, you have also this cyst in your pituitary gland. When you hear these stories from other experiencers about implants that go through their noses.
Yes.
Well, there was no other way to take that cube from my nose, from my brain, if it wasn't through my nose. See, and this thing is exploded. I don't have it, So
That would make sense, though.
Yes.
Wow.
And why? Now, I was thinking about, I think about all this stuff all the time, and I came with a friend of mine with a theory where maybe those implants, if they exist, maybe they are not made to track each one of us, but they are made to make groups of all of us and track us as groups. If, let's say, for example, if my implant was a cube and your implant was a triangle, let's say, okay, maybe you belong to certain family and I belong to another family. So maybe this is a way to kind of make
identify or communicate with us.
Exactly. Kind of society human identifiers somehow.
Interesting.
More than
yeah, mine's is just like a kidney bean, like just the size, and it's right by the brainstem. So it's enough. It's strange, but it's in the area of smell, they say. But it's just enough, and it's close enough where they won't do experimental surgery because it's not bothering anything. It's been in there since I think they found it when I was like around 13 or 14.
Yeah.
I was having
And
bad
actually, there are people that will live with this all their lives and will never notice that they have something in their bodies, or people, it doesn't have to be an implant. People grow up with cysts and tumors in their heads, in their brains, and they don't know. And nothing happens, and it's okay, And there are others than me that have headaches and need surgeries, and suddenly we discover things that we didn't know. And in my case, it's also related to all my experience. Because why the hell would they find a cube in my head?
Right. That's so strange because with mine, I had headaches up until the point they found it, and then it didn't bother me anymore. So what you're saying is kind of, is very plausible, and it's not even that. It's that really resonates with me. Like that probably is an identifier. There has to be a way that they have that would identify us and where maybe we originate from or how we originate. That's
yeah.
Scary.
It's so interesting, it makes us thinking theories that maybe we didn't even contemplate before. Maybe those really are not made to track us, and the abductions, and it's just made to it's kind of an organizer for them.
Yeah.
Like family human organizers. So they know who belongs to which family, kind of. I don't know.
No, it
did
makes
you ever
sense.
see any males on that? Any men?
No.
Just women.
Yes.
They sent them somewhere else, Rodney, in a taco shell, awaiting one of
Next to
Some
the
open
tent.
machine like a farmer's setup or something.
John, yeah, Grinnell's, yeah, no, joking. No, but I have a hard time when I've experienced them before to know what is male and what is female. I mean, I've seen them dressed in different, but other than the children, I don't think I could clearly identify this as a female or that as a male. And I just wonder if it's because of the
True.
small spectrum that we're able to see. I mean, we realistically can only see a small spectrum, and I don't know if when we go there, if I
That's
don't
so
see that
interesting.
opening.
That's
But
so interesting. And you know why? Because, I mentioned the little grays that were standing next to the beds. And I mentioned that for me, they remind me kind of Skinny Bob. Now, Skinny Bob, we all think about Skinny Bob as a male. But actually, I feel Skinny Bob is a female. Like I felt those little grays were females, not males.
yeah, yes, yeah. So how many
Maybe
have
Skinny
you
Bob was a
experienced?
female.
Could be. We kind of coined the term, but when you say Skinny Bob, everybody knows, what you're talking about. Like I remember my son saw it on like this pasta show with this. They used to tell scary stories. That's how I found out who Skinny Bob was. And then as soon as they said, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I got a total mental image of Skinny Bob. But yeah, that's.
Yeah.
So how many have you experienced? I know that you've seen the short grays and you've seen the praying mantis, and who have you met any other I struggle with this. I don't want to say kind, breed,
Species.
it's what it is. Yeah. I don't have
Yeah.
a real good word for it, but yeah, know what I'm talking about.
Species is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's about it. And it's enough. I
Yes.
don't want to think about, start thinking about reptilians now. And no, like it was enough, seeing the legs of the praying mantis is pretty scary already. So, but I love
That's
it.
so
I love
true. That's so true. For my birthday and my brother's birthday, we always go out, and he wanted to find like a Bigfoot, and I've never experienced Bigfoot or anything. And I was standing out there, and I was like, Eric, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't know if I could handle seeing Bigfoot after this at all. I don't know if I'm ready for it.
I'd rather see a Bigfoot than a
No, and
reptilian.
I see them in the nature, and I love it. I love it. I can just, they're beautiful, beautiful insects. But, when you see them in that dimension, when it's so high and you see the legs, and well, yeah, that's kind of more traumatic, I guess. But it feels like they have a lot of, like, a profound knowledge of creation. I don't know how to explain that.
It's really interesting. In the child experiencers that I have talked to, a lot of them do talk about the praying mantis. My friend, his name is Paul, and he said that they used to come and they call Paul the ball. They play Paul the ball, and he's like, and they were real playful with him, and in order to get him, but I was not a child. I grew up, seeing spirits, and somehow this all connects. But that was my strangeness as a child. I couldn't imagine what that would. I think if I saw an insect, I would be. Whew, I don't know. that would have been like, I was one of those kids that was afraid of like spiders and any grasshoppers or anything.
Oh my
like
God, me too. No, I cannot see spiders till today. I cannot.
like grab
No,
the shoes.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
My mom's running around with a net.
No, I will break the whole building. No, no.
Oh yeah, but they are like, yeah, you just have to think. And I know the short grays. Anybody's heard me talk about it? The suction cups, and don't like those either. Don't, there's a trade-off. And so what do you think? I know I've asked, and I don't know if you've asked, like, what do you think you're here for? I always say people, it's not necessarily like the memories that we're remembering. It's what we are. It's enough to crank into our lives, completely change its course into a different direction. And I just remember them saying that I was here for communication. So I thought, I tell the neighbors, I tell whoever the right person was, I was going to tell them. So I just started by telling everybody. And, so what do you think that you're here for? Your mission is here?
Great question. Well, I think the more I experience this thing and the more I research, I come and I think their message or the message they want me to give to our community is that, we are living times where very difficult times. It looks like humanity is going towards destruction. If we continue to behave like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the message is, remember that it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is or your sexual preferences or your religion or the God you believe in. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Be respectful. But remember that we are all earthlings. And if we don't start seeing ourselves as a unity and working together, we won't make it. We need to understand that we need to hold hands. Again, it doesn't matter who you believe in or the color of your skin. Just hold hands, be an empath with other people, love other people, help other people. Because this is not only for us now, this is for the next generations, for our kids, Yeah. And so we are not doing a great job. We are not doing a good job at all.
You're right.
That's why they are seen, you can see them all the time over nuke facilities and, military bases, and because they need to watch on us. They won't tell us what to do. They don't want to interfere. We are the ones that need to learn. And, our evolution depends on us. Our decisions for good or for bad are ours. They don't want to interfere, but they won't let us explode the whole thing. So they watch us. But we need to learn. We are all the same. Doesn't matter where you live. Just hold hands and stop judging. Support other people. That's the message. It's simple. It's not they are not asking too much. Just be human. But we are not doing a great job at all.
You're right. There's your purpose, because I tell you, you held our group together a lot too. I know we won't really mention the election time over here, but there was so much division and so much fighting and so much, and you really brought people back together, and I really appreciate that about you. Like, I really do. Because I mean,
Yes,
going through so much,
well, thank you. Yeah, well, that's what we should do. This should be a beautiful planet, a beautiful world with free energy, and we don't need to live like this.
You're right.
So come on. Let's change. Let's support. Let's love. Like, this world doesn't end in if you're a Democrat or not. Come on.
And we don't have to end them all, right? No, I'm joking. But it's so true. Like, at the end of the day, it's really not. It's the top percent, like top 1-3. I call it the top 3%. You can call it whatever you want, but that is what it is. It doesn't matter. They'll kill, if you're an American, they'll kill us off. We're different. We're not the same as what that top 3% is, nor do we have their same
and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of who we are, that we are all different. Well, we were not, even if you look at animals, not all the dogs are the same. They have different personalities, they have different colors, they have different, whatever. That's the beauty of it. So who are we to throw this planet to garbage because of politics and lies, whatever? No, we need to wake up as soon as possible. And thanks God they are watching on us, because if not, I don't know what would happen here,
Right. No, true story. They definitely seem like they keep eye out. In saying that, I have a little bit of a surprise for you. Hold on one second, Polly. I have somebody that wanted to say hello.
Hello.
Remember this guy?
Happy birthday. Belated.
That's my guy. Oh my God, I love you so much, Scott.
He's something
How are you
You are putting on the greatest show of all time.
Oh, I love it. I was hoping you got the message. I was like, Scott, I sent you a DM, and then all of a sudden I saw him pop up. I'm like, yeah.
I was stuck in the NBC zone.
Missed seeing us all together, all of us together. I missed you guys so much.
Hey, Space Cowboy, I forgot my Space Cowboy hat.
Hi, how you doing?
Scott meet Rodney. Rodney meets Scott. Yeah. He goes,
my dad got me a Tasmanian bush hat.
Yeah.
I should have had it.
We are family.
I tell you, we are family.
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
You're up to fight.
So what's your condition?
Almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Almost. I'm heading for Rick.
Oh, we have to do this more and have a reunion, Scott. I know. God, I miss you guys.
Hey, chat. This is me. Cheers.
Cheers. Chat doesn't know what to do now. They're like, hey, they didn't see this coming. That's great.
I don't know what to do. I'm not
you can always have You always come on, Scott. You always have something. It's always funny. I love it. I love it.
You always bring me in for filler. Usually my opening line is, "Oh my gosh, I've slept with everybody in this group." It's Robin Williams.
I know. To break the ice. You just come crashing through. No, you always, I didn't bring you in for a filler. Are you serious? I brought you in so you could say happy birthday, and I wanted to see you too and say hello. It's been a while.
Hello, Coley. I missed you. The shows are progressing fantastically.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
No technical difficulties.
I know. I had to replace all of my equipment. I shorted every piece of equipment that I had out, and when I would hook it up, that I finally had to replace it all. So, yes, I was the technical difficulty of the year. It was horrible. I couldn't figure.
We got to get you an award for that.
I know. I can't even deny it. I'm like,
I think we got working on outtakes and gag reel too.
We're gonna have to come up with a new award, like the almost, nope, not quite. Here I am. Award.
For the long drawn out while I'm going down to find the right screen. Yeah. Oh my god, you guys know me too well.
That's all right. We're coming together now. That's what matters.
I know. Better late than never. That's what they say. You know, we're gonna have to do this more often. I needed that.
Everybody,
yes, I so agree. I so agree.
Yeah.
It was
so with
so
birthday
fun.
girl. Oh, this has been a wonderful, wonderful show.
You know,
yeah,
I couldn't have spent my birthday with, you know, you are the best people ever. Thank you so much. I love you endlessly, and you are doing an amazing job. I'm so proud of all of you, and let's do this. We just, you know, lots of work ahead of us, but we got this.
Yeah, we got this. And if not, we
gotta keep grinding. We're gonna end up chasing Bigfoot through the woods. I'm gonna be like shooting stuff with my 45.
Oh, that's even more impressive. You know what? It's too bad. I know that we're all like, you know, kind of
Did you
spread
hear
out
that?
across the country.
Quick price of bacon. Like you run that way. I've got 6 chocolate cupcakes in my backpack. He's after me for sure.
I was talking about wrapping Rodney in a taco wrapper with some McDonald's in my pockets to try and lure Bigfoot.
Give me his bait for Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's a lot like me. They love to eat tacos and anything else shaped like a taco.
We'll survive on anything.
If you want to test your composure, if you can keep it, you just throw Scott in there, and it's like I lost my composure. Yeah.
Well,
I love it.
That's okay.
Yeah. And I know that we've kept you for 2 hours. Probably happy birthday. Is there any Scott? You're taking us out, so don't go anywhere.
What?
yeah, for sure.
Oh, so probably let me get another drink.
Is there any? I mean, we're definitely gonna have to do this again soon and get more. I mean, we just scratched the surface of the story. But is there anything that you would love to leave, like chat with, or you know, people with a message from you?
I think my message is their message, and what we just said. Really, you know, just remember. To hold hands, love each other, respect each other, and let's try to make a better future for our kids, the next generations, share your stories. Don't be afraid. There will always be people, saying like you're crazy and whatever. They can say what they want. It's okay. Be sure of yourself. And when we share, we can compare. And so we can just work together for this disclosure, whatever that means. We are disclosure people. So hold hands and huge hug for everyone. I love you very much. Thank you so much.
Love you, Polly.
You're the best.
You're the best. We're all trying to be
you
like
you. Nicole, I think you're muted. You're muted.
Really?
No, Coley is.
Coley is.
Oh my goodness.
You're still muted.
I just talked her up about the technical glitches. Oh my goodness.
I'm not
Thank
even
you,
doing a
Scott.
thing. Oh my God.
There she is.
Yes, I was saying, Rodney, is there anything, any last words? I wasn't touching a thing. Scott, see, you come on here. I think that I don't know. I don't know what you do, but you got some.
I just wanted to thank Polly for coming on. I hope she realizes I've spoken to many women who have a similar story about being on the ship and the children, and hopefully the courage you showed will help a lot of them understand that they're not alone and they don't have to be afraid.
Thank you, Rod. It was really a pleasure and an honor to meet you. And yes, we are not alone, It's not simple to share these stories, especially when kids and pregnancies are involved. But it is what it is. And actually, in the contrary, the more we share, the more we can support each other. So don't be afraid. You are not alone. Okay?
Aw, love that. And now, Scott, time for
What?
your take us out on your give us something here.
Take us out?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, not literally. Like you're gonna give us the final like words of wisdom from Scott. What are you drinking? By the way?
Vodka, lemonade, and tart cherry juice to hold off the gout. That's
good. It's good.
But if it looks weird, feels strange, makes you feel weird or strange, then come to SNX Radio and tell Coley and Rodney all about it. If it slices, dices, circumcises, makes thousands of French fries, and keeps the wife happy on the weekends, tune in and tell them all about it. And the final word,
my light ring.
Final word, be excellent to each other.
Be good to one another. Yes. And on that note, before Scott completely shuts my system down. Thank you for taking the journey into the unknown with SNX Radio, and whatever Scott said down there is, yeah. I love you guys. No.
All righty then.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
Take care.